Right on cue, Path. Perfect. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Underground Runaround. I'm your host, Brad Ross. This is episode 35, and I am back again with my newsman, Brett Comensoli, and the other guy that ruined the beginning of this podcast by having God knows what turn on right as we hit the live button. It's my co-host, Pav Daddy. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing really good, dude. Just got done with the fall festival.
Yeah, how was that, dude?
You know what the big nickname everybody uses for it is? The Fall Down Fest. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
But
I saw.
yeah,
Tyson.
it's
Tyson
a pretty
posted about
crazy. It's a pretty crazy weekend of drinking for the area.
Sure,
Small
Everybody
town
just
life,
camps
baby.
out and gets drunk.
it's the village lifestyle. I know. Pav told me he had the camper or whatever. You're like, but we didn't know what we were even doing. The kids, we didn't
Dude,
even do
it
anything.
just sat by. It's sitting in my yard. I had the air conditioning running, and nobody stayed in it.
We were
My
gonna
brother's
go.
kids came down, and one of them got sick, so it was a bummer for them.
We were gonna go to the Renaissance Fair, but Amanda realized after she looked at it that this was their last weekend being open of the season, and she had got on their social media, and it was just the comments were just brutal about how bad the experience was because they just didn't have everything. Everything was taking too long. They were probably over it. They probably didn't have enough people to run it.
Dude.
Ideally, too.
You know what you got to do if you guys want to do something cool like that, man? It's called Feast of the Hunter's Moon. It's in Lafayette at Fort Leontinot. And that's fucking cool, man. It's the people all get in character and open their, they got different fucking food and crafts and shit, time period stuff. But that's pretty fucking cool, man. We've done that a few times.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, we never done nothing like that. But we were gonna do that, and then we decided we weren't gonna do that, and then the Blueberry Festival was going on in Plymouth, and that's where I lived when I went to college. And so I had been to that, and I'm like, I know what that is. And then we looked at the weather, and it was just rain all day. Like, oh, we're not doing anything. Then the kids were freaking out. So then we went to Dick's and looked at bikes, because what we need to do is I need to get my wife an adult-sized bike, and myself too. And then my oldest can ride a bike well now that she needs to go do that. But the little one, if she can't keep up, I'll just tie a rope around her handlebars. Like, hang on, Viv. Just pull her with me or something. Because Amanda's like, no, I got to get something to pull Viv. I'm like, she's too big. She's 4, She's not going in a pull behind of any sort. Like, I'm not doing that. Just time to pedal the bike, kid. Let's go.
Go out there and grab one of those $3,500 e-bikes, baby.
Dude, that's it. We went to Dick's specifically because I'm like, listen, I'm not spending $1,000 on a bicycle. I don't care. I'm not doing it, and I don't care what it's supposed to offer you. I'm not. No. I'm not that type of guy.
There's this guy in my neighborhood who rips down the street on those. They are pretty fast. I don't know their top speed, but they roll.
She goes, first thing she says when we get into Dick's, she goes, these are expensive. And they're like $300, $400, $500 bikes. I'm like, no, that's just really what a bicycle costs nowadays. Like, yeah, it is, but it isn't. I'm like,
that's low end.
Right, because over they have down 30 over there towards Cherville or Dyer, they have that, they have an actual bicycle store. Like, it's a company. I forget the damn name of it.
Trek?
Yeah, there you go, the Trek store. They actually go in there and buy a bike. Tell me what it costs.
Those are great bikes.
So yeah, I mean,
that's the thing. You can't go buy $100 fucking Walmart bike and expect it to.
Right.
Man, the shifters fucking suck. All the gearing,
right? All the gearing's like plastic.
Yeah, it sucks bad.
Don't buy a Walmart bike.
Yeah, you have to buy a good bike. But that's the thing too, is you can't be afraid of a garage sale bike,
No, not at all.
Because to be honest, the old Schwinn's were built with decent decent gearing and stuff. So
Right.
a lot of those are okay bikes. You just put some new tires on there, some good tires, and you're rocking and rolling, man.
So yeah, that's the next thing. Family bicycle fun time. Why not?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Why
I
not?
was down in Toluca, Illinois,
To
and
who?
Toluca, Illinois, Central Illinois, town about 1,400 people, and it has the state's largest bocce ball tournament on Labor Day weekend.
All right, I know what
I
that is.
I didn't get a chance to play bocce ball, but we played some bingo, and there's a carnival, and there's all kinds of fun stuff. So went there with the family.
That's that one where if the balls are touching, you get to put your foot on your ball and hit it, right?
Oh, that's what is it? Croquet.
Croquet. There
Bocce
you go.
ball is
Bocce
you got to
balls.
throw it close
You
to the
roll it.
bling. Yeah, you bowl it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Why was I
There's
thinking
like
about
I
fucking
think
croquet?
I saw on Facebook they had like 150 teams. It was a great day. Weather was amazing.
Yeah. Huh?
Not hot. Felt good. Went out to dinner with the parents and all the family. It was fun. It was a fun weekend.
Nice.
Cool little town. You know, town of 1,400 people has 2 amazing Italian restaurants. How they support it, I don't know. But people come from all over the area. It's crazy. So
I'm gonna have to look this place up. Toluca, Illinois.
Toluca, Illinois. If you're ever, it's kind of off I-39 as you're driving. I'd say it's north of Bloomington, Normal, Illinois, and it's a tiny little town, man. My parents grew up there. Went and saw. It was a good time. A bocce ball. It's a pretty good haul from where you're at, Pav.
This is
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
So it's 8:31 at night, our time, Central Time, and I'm picking up a fantasy starter right now to play tonight.
Oh boy. Good luck.
I forgot to do it earlier. I just went to my fantasy baseball tab and realized I was trying to add someone because they put Justin Steele on the IL today. So,
That's
yeah.
not bad. I could do this drive. I'm gonna go visit Toluca, Illinois.
Yeah.
Get some Italian food.
Nice.
Dude, yeah, it's a pretty cool town for a small town, man, and has some great food.
I was actually talking about right at the end of the break. I don't know if you watched it there towards the end there, Brett, but I was talking about all the traveling we've been doing in the last 2 years or so. And I'm like,
the bad food,
far, everywhere I've been, I'm like, Boston area has had the best like food in terms of like whether you go out to breakfast, like just the average, not the average food, but just food. Like, I don't know. I wasn't disappointed anywhere I ate, and maybe it was just luck. But like, we went like fine dining downtown Boston. It was good. Like just like a regular hole in the wall breakfast joint was good. They do like crazy shit with their potatoes out there. They chunk everything. It's all potato chunks. I don't know what they fucking call it, but every breakfast spot we went to, I don't think they know what a hash brown is. Just fucking chunk potatoes up. But they're good. They like cook them in all kind of crazy seasonings. Like they got flavor, you know. They were good. I remember them specifically.
You know, an amazing state for food is Texas, except for pizza. Their pizza is total dog crap, but you can get everything else amazing in Texas. Tex-Mex, freaking barbecue.
Right.
You
that was
name
the
it.
thing. That's the thing about Tennessee. They said they have like barbecue there. The fuck they do.
Trash,
All right, Brett. I'm getting deep in this shit now. Now I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
So like, there's 2 Italian restaurants there, Mona's
and Capone's.
Okay. How different is the food? Because it's the same owners.
They're very similar. We like Capone's a little better, but they're very similar. But I'll go to either one and not complain.
So like this fucking, they're old restaurants, man. The one opened in 1930.
They're like,
the other opened in 1934. So they've supported 2 Italian restaurants in that little fucking town for almost 100 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it is crazy. People,
right.
My brother posted that in our chat for the family today. It's like, dang, they.
Oh, Brett. Oh, we gotta mute you, dude. But I want you to know you're having issues over there.
Oh
I think
no.
he's gone. Oh no.
There he is. He's back.
Are you back? Brett, are
He's
you with
back.
us?
He was kind of back.
Brett's not
What
back.
the heck?
Oh yeah,
There
no,
he is.
perfect. Now you're
There
perfect.
he is.
Where were you? You were something about Capone's and
You
bologna.
said your
Baloney's.
brother commented in the message.
Yeah, he had commented to the family group that he thought the one had been open 100 years. So you just confirmed that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna have to drive out there and give it a try.
Yeah,
I'll drive 2 hours.
Shout
for
out
some
to
good food.
Capone.
Then
What's it take you to get to Chicago, Pav? 2 hours?
About 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just depends what part and stuff. If it's just me, if it's like me and Tim, and we're going to a Cubs game, hour, an hour and 45 minutes. I don't know, an hour and 30 minutes all the way to the north side, just flying up there.
Sure.
But like with the family, a little bit slower.
Of course.
But like this looks like a nice ride out because it's like straight west for me almost. So it'd be like a nice ride through small towns and
cornfields.
yeah, it's not too bad driving out that way. From there's not much to fucking do here. There isn't any kind of food, like there's just like I was okay. So there's a restaurant. It's not even really a restaurant. It's just a little building that's for sale across the street from my water heater business, and I think it'd be the fucking shit just to open a Vienna beef there and have hot dogs and Italian beef and shit.
That would be amazing.
I think it'd be like perfect for this area just because like the selection is so small here. There's a McDonald's in Kentland, but there's not anything except for a Subway in Fowler in that town. There's a little restaurant called the 100 Mile House, but I mean it's all like basically bar food. There's nothing that's really specially done there or anything. So I think if you had some fucking Italian beef and stuff, the Vienna beef, it would be. I think people would fucking be all about it, man.
You could crush it.
Dude,
So-
I'm telling you, just for a beef fucking hot dog, dude.
Maybe you guys want to get on board with this. And it'll lead into the topic you guys were talking about when I came in. And I had this on my list to talk about tonight. That we jump on Arlington and we buy some property right now. And when the Bears go
Holy fuck,
move
dude,
in that area.
That's the smartest thing I've ever heard of.
And we open up, some entertainment, sports bar, whatever it may be right there.
It's so far though. I'd have to move. Arlington's probably 2 hours from me.
Yeah, I would say it's probably an hour and a half from you, from where you're at. I'm guessing. But dude, that property, the minute if they move and they go to Arlington,
I think it's
the property in that area is going to go crazy.
It's an if, not a when, not an if.
Yeah, I like even though they presented
they said it. Yeah, they said it's not a for sure thing. They said Arlington has to meet certain conditions for them to even close on the purchase. Like I didn't know. I thought they already bought it.
Pull up the thing so we could show these people.
You pull up the thing, pal. Hang on.
It's easier for you.
Yeah, well, they're actually meeting.
You guys
meeting at Hersey High School.
But yeah, dude,
they're meeting at Hersey High School right now with all their plans for the area. And I don't live in that area. I'm about 30 minutes from Arlington, the back way in there. I'm actually one of the fans,
fuck, dude. If you
is really
how
pumped
cool would that be, dude?
Because I would put my name for season tickets because I've been to one Bears game.
Yeah.
And it is so hard. Even if I take the train, it's a full day.
Terrible.
I understand that it's football's an event, but to get on the train takes an hour and a half to get there. And then you got to get to the stadium, then the stadium, then you're there. And then it's a nightmare to get out of there. And then it's back on the train. I'm not going to a night game unless I have the day off of work. And then I don't know. But at Arlington, I would buy season tickets and I would go. And I'm kind of hoping they move.
Let's be honest, Soldier Field fucking sucks.
And it sucks.
It's fucking terrible. It's so old and dated. Everything's fucking dated. And I don't know, man. It's like when with Wrigley, like how everybody didn't want the updates, and then the updates happen, they still fucking sell tickets.
Yeah.
And really, the experience there is a lot better than
Yeah.
it used to be. Like as somebody that, like, if you're taking your kids to a fucking ball game, which that's what it's supposed to be about, right? Taking it, you still, when you get inside of Wrigley, you still get that effect, right? This is the old field that you all the smells are still there, all the fucking, all of that is still there. But like when you're outside there, and all of a sudden you have access to food, there's fucking food now that you can get outside of the stadium. There's the fan experience. There's a lot. It's so much nicer to, like, you can actually hang out. You can fucking go, because it used to be like, unless you were going into one of the bars, there's nothing to do,
Yeah.
you know, before the game. So like you didn't show up till first pitch. So now you can actually go and hang out for an hour or two before the game and actually have some cool shit to fucking do.
Man.
Hey,
After-
hang on. Griffin
ahead.
Griffin wants to know why it's quiet, Pat. Where's no kids tonight?
It's because we're starting so late, man. Jesus.
I was working, dude. I've been busy today. Been busy. I have the
9:40 here.
the Bears letter. Yeah, well, this isn't going to be the longest episode either.
No, but
I'm starving. I'm absolutely starving. I
I
haven't
hungry motherfucker.
I didn't even get to eat dinner today. I haven't
We're talking about food.
Yeah, and you guys are talking about delicious ass fucking food. Good. It's good.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hang on. I want to make sure it's a specific.
But Brad has access to pretty good, like, even though like Hobart doesn't have the fucking greatest restaurants, like
the region is just so interconnected, you know.
There's so much food that
Right.
good food that you have access to, you know.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Even the ones that people don't know about. Which one of my favorite places just fucking closed too, and I think it's a lease issue. I think a lot of businesses are starting to have those types of issues. The Verona's in Portage.
Okay.
So they had a little tiny place when I first started going there, a little standalone building right there on Ridge, right before you really get into Portage, and then they moved to Willow Creek, and they left their phone line on, and now it just fucking rings forever. Last few times I tried to order from there, and then I actually drove past there. Well, this was a few months ago, but I drove past there, and they had been closed for like 2 months. They had like closed in January, I think it was like March. I'm like, damn. They had the best Italian beef you could get quickly. Like if you wanted an Italian beef, you had to taste for that Italian beef, you could get it. You could get it on garlic bread, which was fucking dope. You hit them up, be like, hey, I need an Italian beef on the garlic bread with the cheese and the peppers. And then they'd ask you what kind of peppers, and you tell them, you know,
Yeah.
you want the giardiniera.
People try to make fucking Italian beefs around here. They suck. They're just fucking awful.
People try to get crazy with them. So then and then some people say if you make Italian beef from like a pot roast and you like chunk it up, that like that's not an Italian beef. I don't have an issue with that. I guess I'm not true Chicago. But if it's got all the right components, I'm good with it. If it's like if it has the flavorings. So this place that does that like that, they have to use a big roast. Like they're not using sliced roast beef, you know, like deli meat. Is this place in Portage called Big Time Burgers. And it's in this little Founder Square area, I think is what it's called. It's like this little, like, it's goofy, dude. It's by where the Little League field used to be.
Yep.
It's back in there. They like built up these buildings and like made it look like a little city, but it's just like 2 blocks. It's real weird. Like it's out of place. You like drive into it and it's weird. It's like a big horseshoe, but they have some businesses like built directly in there, and there's apartments. They're not like they're not the low income apartments. You know, like it's like they try to develop that area of Portage, I guess. I don't know, but they have a few nice little restaurants in there. But not everybody knows, you know. If you come to Portage and you fucking Google the best restaurants in the area, that never tells you where the best restaurants is. I guarantee that's probably accurate for every town or every big city everywhere. If you Google like best places to eat near me, it's not going to give you the best spots. You know,
this motherfucker is hungry.
I'm starving, dude. I've been going nonstop today. Oh man. And like my wife messaged me, and when I came down here to do the break, my wife messaged me. She goes, "Are you doing a podcast tonight too?" I'm like, "Yep." She just sent me the thumbs up. I didn't get a response. I'm like, fuck. But anyway, friends, if you're on YouTube, you've seen this Bears letter for minutes now, and I bet you want me to scroll. If you're listening, I'm going to read you some of the Bears letter regarding Arlington Park and the potential move to Arlington Park and out of the city of Chicago, which would be I think it's a huge deal if they leave the city of Chicago. I mean, I think it's going to happen, but that's like such a bad look for the city of Chicago, the third largest city in the United States, and they can't even keep a pro football team happy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Crook County, Illinois can't pay their lottery winners at times, so I don't.
I mean, that stadium just isn't suitable for.
Right, and it's a small capacity.
It's a small capacity. You can't expand it.
No, here's the thing. They can have a Super Bowl there, but the NFL is too big a business for them to actually play a Super Bowl. I want to see a Super Bowl in the fucking snow. I mean, we
cool.
as North fans, as fans of the North, we can at least put it that way. We're NFC North fans. We watch cold weather football. We get that hard-nosed football in the wintertime. Granted, Detroit and Minnesota are hiding in domes now, but still, you still get those games. Like, I like watching a Bears game when it's shitty. Like, I like watching games in bad conditions because the NFL has turned into such a non-contact, fast twitch game. Like, the fastest man wins. In the snow, in the elements, that don't mean fucking shit, bud. Gotta have, I mean, it helps, but you gotta have good technique, good footwork, all of that. Everybody's gotta work together in a more amplified way, I think. I could be wrong, but who knows? I just prefer it. I would love to see a Super Bowl in the snow, but the advertisers and the performance that it is, it's more than just a game, the Super Bowl. So that's why you're not gonna get it. But they could fucking do it. They could say, hey, Super Bowl is gonna be in fucking Seattle, or I don't know. It's probably a terrible example, or Denver. The Super Bowl's in Denver. Buckle up. It's gonna be cold, and you're not gonna be able to breathe. Here we go.
They've never had snow in a Super Bowl.
Never? Like,
Never.
not even before it became like as big as it is today?
Nope.
That's wild.
Maybe NFL championship game or something, but not in the Super Bowls.
Right. But anyway, the Bears letter and the situation for the Bears. It says in September of 21, the Bears signed an agreement for the purpose of acquiring 326 acres of property in Arlington Heights, which is west of Chicago, to secure the potential of beginning a new and exciting chapter there. We remain under contract to purchase the property, but there are conditions that must be met in order to be in a position to close. And then in italics, it says, if we do close on the property, it does not guarantee that we will develop it. So A, they haven't even finalized the purchase. They haven't had their conditions met to make that purchase. And B, even if they complete the purchase, it doesn't even mean that they're going to build a stadium there and leave Chicago. It says, while under contract with the seller of Arlington Park, we will not be discussing or exploring any other alternative stadium sites or opportunities, including renovations to Soldier Field. So that's where it flips. They're literally saying, though, that until something happens at Arlington Park, they're not even talking with how to make it work at Soldier Field. In their minds, they're already out of Soldier Field. So I think they want Arlington to do what they want them to do so they can make the sale, so that they can develop the land, because they just said one thing and then said another. It's very Bears-like statement. Much remains to be decided, but any decision will be made in the best interest of the Bears' long-term future, our fans, and the Chicagoland community. And Brett, exactly to your point about the train and night games and all of that, I went to the last Bears game I went to. it didn't. It wasn't a night game, but by the time it ended and we went and had some food afterwards, it was nighttime, and I just barely caught the last train like leaving Illinois to go back home. Like fuck, you got to be aware of the train schedule. So, and you pretty much have to do that because it's way better than trying to drive up there. Says if the team does proceed with the purchase of the Arlington Park property, and if the Bears organization chooses to proceed with the development of the property, the project will be one of the largest development projects in Illinois state history. We envision a multi-purpose stadium district anchored by a new best-in-class enclosed stadium, providing Chicagoland with a new home worthy of hosting global events such as the Super Bowl, college football playoffs, Final Four, which also reminds me, college football is going to expand to 12 teams in the playoffs in a few years. That's cool. Make no mistake, this is much more than a stadium project. Any development of Arlington Park will propose to include a multi-purpose entertainment, commercial / retail and housing district that will provide considerable economic benefits to Cook County, the surrounding region, and state of Illinois. The long-term project vision for the entire property is an ongoing work in progress, but could include restaurants, office space, hotel, fitness, new parks, open spaces, and other improvements. So they basically want to build a town. They should just call it Chicago Bearland. I mean,
they could move their practice facilities there if they wanted to. I mean, that's a big piece of property. Big.
Soldier Field, 7 acres, and this is 326.
Yep.
So I mean, like, they're gonna have a lot of fucking space. It looks, if they do what, like, if they do the layout that they're showing, man, that's gonna be fucking cool.
It'd be badass.
And the Bears already have an idea of the work that will go into it. I'm not going to read this next section, but it basically breaks down. They expect it to create 48,000 jobs, albeit those will be temporary for the construction portion, and it will result in a $9.4 billion in economic impact for Chicagoland. Provide $3.9 billion in labor income across the region. While completed, it will create while the completed project. Oh, okay, sorry. It'll basically create 9,750 jobs long term, so permanent jobs, and that's
9,700.
Yeah, 9,750.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's a good amount of jobs. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but how many jobs are you going to lose in Chicago pulling out of there? You know, so it's not like it's the same county.
Nobody wants to work there anyway. It's
right. No, I get it, but I mean, everybody always spins it that way. Like, hey, we're doing this here, but you're leaving somewhere, so you're.
Well, I wonder.
You're not.
Like, how many jobs will they actually lose is the question, because when you think about it, they don't own Soldier Field,
right?
So all those companies. I mean, I suppose Chicago would try to find somebody to get in there right away, other than the Chicago Fire, something to fill up, fucking use the thing. So I imagine they'd lose a lot of hours. I don't know.
It'd be embarrassing. What do you?
Yeah. It would definitely be embarrassing for especially Lightfoot and them. But I still think Soldier Field could pull in, some college football games.
I mean, it could be a concert.
Some concerts.
Yeah, it just turned into a giant concert venue. I mean, what else can you do there? You're not.
Yeah, but Arlington's going to be the concert venue.
Dude, yes.
Right.
Have you guys seen in Arlington with the Texas Rangers, the Texas Live that's outside that they built outside their park? Have you guys ever seen that? It's an amazing venue. If you ever get a chance to pull up some images of Texas Live, I mean, something like that, even on the property there, would be incredible.
Did you see how they want the train to have, like, the Metro's going to have a fucking station in the park there?
Wow. I mean, you can have. It's incredible.
That train stop. They'll have a train stop where you get right off into this.
That would be incredible.
Yeah. So what's this? The stadium right here?
No,
yeah.
This thing.
Yes, that thing.
The state of the art enclosed looking fucking.
Yeah,
they said it's no design at all. They said that's just a placeholder, right? It's not a design at all. They said none of this is a
They
design.
just X
It's just
marks the spot.
placeholders.
Right.
Yes. But I mean, when you think about like all that they have late, look at
This is the size of their property. It's huge.
It's humongous.
And this
So,
is
like,
where they'd put in their businesses
oh
and
my
restaurants
God.
and potential housing.
I mean,
People would be
hotels
hanging
too
out
on
there
property.
all the fucking time. Even when they don't have games, people
Right,
are going
they're
to be
still
hanging
making
out there.
money.
It's going to be
Right.
the place to be.
If they let them have those businesses there, if the Chicago Bears own that, then the Chicago Bears are now landlords too, and like, the team is now more valuable because they now have a more diversified.
Well,
I'm not even a business person.
And read that if you go back and read that next paragraph, that's where it talks about. So they're proposing that they will build the stadium on their dime, and then all of that other stuff they expect to be, other people to help pay. So like if you go up a little bit in that article,
Dude, imagine
right
if you purchased.
right, go down. It's that little. While the Bears will seek no public funding for direct stadium structure, given the broad long-term public, we look forward to partnering with the various governmental bodies to secure additional funding and assistance. For like all that other development, they're going to be asking, okay, we expect Arlington to pump some money in there, which I'd imagine Arlington would be all about it. And what they'll do is, when this all goes down and gets okayed, then Arlington will do some major tax breaks for businesses.
To come in.
Right. So I mean, you'll have, it'll get flooded.
Yeah, because they'll tell the Bears, like, hey, we can help you with funding, but we're gonna need some help too.
Oh, it looks badass.
Yeah, it could be.
How can the city of Chicago and Soldier Field even compete with like what they're showing there?
Nothing. They can't.
Just the name.
They don't have the space.
Downtown. That's it.
Oh my God.
Right. And it's not even really downtown. I mean, it is, but it's like north. Like, it's right there on the water. On the water. It's not in, you got to walk into it.
Could you imagine as a fan if you could buy a townhouse on the property? You just walk to games in your backyard,
Yeah, that'd be
go
ridiculous.
to concerts.
Right.
That would be so fun as a young single dude, have friends over to tailgate. Let's go to the game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The thing is like it's years away too, right? Even if everything goes through, it's going to take them years to. So I would say we'd be looking at something by like 2030, right? So
when does the actual contract run out with the Bears?
Hang on. It said, I did see that somewhere. Oh, no, it just says we're taking serious steps to evaluate the unique opportunity presented to us. The Bears remain committed to Soldier Field and will honor the terms of its lease.
2033.
2033.
That's when the lease ends?
I just Googled it too.
This?
Yeah, it's a long time, 10 years away, but
they because reality is like they would
feel
just
like I just wasted everyone's time.
No, they would just
it's
pay
big
it.
News.
It's fucking 11. It's a decade away.
Yeah. I would expect them to be playing in Arlington by 2030 though.
Oh no.
Yeah, it says they can break the lease.
Oh,
they can break the lease in 2026.
Oh yeah.
$84 million is nothing for these teams.
Yeah, they can just pay it.
Oh sure.
So like I mean, they're basically gifting Chicago that money at that point, right? And then they got to figure out what to fucking do to keep the stadium going.
Right.
But that, people actually do go to the Fire games. I don't know how much of Soldier Field they'll sell out.
The problem is just that they can't enclose it, so it doesn't serve a multi-purpose,
Yeah,
all the time for those. I don't know. Didn't they say it would be ridiculously expensive to put a top on Soldier Field the way it's constructed?
I've heard it's
don't know.
impossible for them to even do.
Yeah, it wouldn't, like, the structure isn't built to
Right,
hold
exactly.
the weight. So like they're talking about putting poles up through it. Like, it's fucking.
I've done
crazy.
construction like that, like adding in an industrial type setting, like building a stadium, and some of the worst shit to do is add brand new to old. Like that's
Yeah.
where you run into the most problems. You don't know where there's stored up energy. You don't know where there's like bad spots. You don't know. That's some of the worst shit. New to new and old to old. It's good, but when you start mixing that, you're asking for problems. Some stuff just gets set in its ways, and then like the rules of like what forces can handle what and all of that goes out the window because it's not like pristine material anymore. ERB Sports is in the building, Brett.
He's in the house, baby.
He's here. He says, I'm a bit late. Did you guys talk about the Oak Creek card show theft yet? Brett, no, we didn't. Please.
I had that on my list of 3 things tonight. The Bears.
Yes. The
Oak
Bears.
Creek. So I was out of town for Labor Day weekend, but there was a show at Oak Creek that I usually go to and set up at. And 3 pretty decent sized cards got stolen. A Giannis slab autograph. I don't know exactly what value it was, but it was stolen. A Mac Jones Silver Prism PSA 10 was stolen. And then another like Aaron Judge graded variation from Chrome was stolen. So 3 pretty decent sized cards stolen from that show last Saturday. They're talking about getting some police presence and not good, man. You got to watch your stuff. And
yeah, I mean,
I've had a couple things stolen from me at that show, but it's low end stuff that you're just like, whatever, but you got to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Man. The problem, I would have such a big problem with that. Like, if I ever caught someone, I would fucking lay them out so fast. Like, I mean, they better run fast. You know, that's all I gotta say. I run slow for an athletic person. So if I can catch you, the cops aren't gonna. I'm gonna beat the fuck
Where's
out
that
of you.
show at?
Oak
Creek, Wisconsin, at the Salvation Army. It's a nice
but
venue.
I always feel so paranoid though, like at shows. Like I'll hold.
It's by
like,
Milwaukee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking shithole.
I have to go to the bathroom so bad for a show, and I'm like, I can't leave my table. And then like if you're by someone you like kind of know just from like being around them, you're like, hey dude, can you please just keep.
To be honest, like the shows that we did in like Lake Station and stuff, I'm surprised there wasn't more stuff stolen. But dude, you know, for what it was, dude, it was a good group of guys there, right? And most everybody's keeping an eye on their shit. But
Bobby's moving the show to New Buffalo.
Oh, that'll be fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if that's final yet, but him and his partner Darren.
Oh my god! Just get a whole bunch of weed and get all fucked up and go to the card show.
Yeah, all right. Anyway,
hey man, you know,
so
get with the times.
I'm trying to
square.
I started doing a business a little different at the show because there's been a few things stolen throughout the last year. If any young kid comes to my table, I stop talking to whoever I'm talking to and specifically watch kids because there was a few kids stealing there. And then I also had my suspicions about these 2 guys that would tag team you. And they would one of them would draw your attention over at the end of the table here while they're working down here. So I had my suspicions about those guys. I sent a message to my buddy and asked if those guys were there. But I like to talk to people too. You guys do too, have interactions.
Yep.
When people at your table, I've really done a better job of, if they're people that I don't know, of watching, hey, how you doing? And watching anything you're looking for. You want to see something, here you go. But just like making sure that I'm getting those back.
You know the simplest solution, dude? I guarantee you could get a camera that could record to your phone for pretty cheap that you could just put on a tripod. And all you have to do is point it at your table. And what do you need
It's-
to be able to record for 2-3 hours?
It's funny you say that because next show I'm putting up a camera and I'm going to record
Yeah, I
the
mean
whole time.
that's how you stop it. Then you can literally go take a piss if you want to. I mean, you might not be able to catch the guy, but you might know what he looks like, you know. But at least you could.
At least you know who it is.
That was always my biggest thing with the shows. Is like there was times where like because you want to interact and engage with people because they're there. Some of those people are just there to talk, man. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true, and they are, and I have no problem talking to them. You know, some people just need that human interaction. Like, let's do it, dude. What do you want to talk about? Did you watch a game last night? Fuck yeah, I did too. Pav, mute yourself before I do it. Pav, you might as well just leave the show tonight, bud. We're just we're Pav daddied out here.
If the shows are in New Buffalo, there's going to be a lot of talkers.
Yeah, man.
Is it New Buffalo, Michigan?
Yeah. Yeah, I
it's
gotta talk to Bob.
It's right on the lake. It's a really nice fucking town, dude.
Yeah, I didn't see him last week.
It's like it's almost a resort town, but like there's not a ton of shit to do.
Right,
there,
it is, but it is for what it is.
Beach town.
Yeah.
All right, I just pulled it up. That's cool. Get some South Bend and the port.
I just did like 2 fucking different bachelor parties there this past year.
So did they have any idea who stole any of that stuff, Brett?
I don't
idea
think
at
so.
all?
I don't think so.
Did it all happen at once, or like how do you know when it's like how do you know when it's like how long after it's stolen do people realize their shit got stolen? I guess is my question.
I think the one is the guy didn't know until the next day.
Yeah, like how does that happen?
It sold on eBay and he went to pull it and it was gone. So
that's weird.
Yeah. So but the other one I think somebody knew pretty quickly on the Giannis. But it's sad. It's sad to see, but it happens, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. ERB Sports. Brett's other show. Brett can talk about his other show. Brett's leaving us for a whole other podcast. It's great.
No, no, man. ERB Sports John, he set up a show on his channel and we've been sticking to like 30 to 45 minutes and just talking mostly baseball hobby stuff.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
So speaking of hobby stuff, man, this time has been really frustrating for Chrome. No Bowman Chrome.
I complained about that at the beginning of that mega box case I did.
It's brutality, man.
Because I literally what I said was July to September is premier baseball product season. That's what it's basically from Topps Chrome to Bowman Chrome or maybe to Triple Threads, somewhere in there. That's when you get a ton of just absolutely top-notch products coming out, and we're not getting anything. Everything's delayed. I broke some basketball earlier today, and I told people, I'm like, listen, right now the calendar has like 7 different releases for November 30th. I'm like, they're so far behind, they have no idea. 7 baseball releases won't come out on the same day. It'll never happen. So I don't know. I really don't know what COVID's over. What's the fucking holdup?
Yeah,
I mean, brutal. It's that simple. And
I mean,
for anyone, I got a disclaimer this because I said that word, and it's YouTube. So for anyone watching this nonsense, we're not doctors. This isn't medical advice. I just said a word, and all of that nonsense. So yes, it's over. Like they sent a letter home. Or like they do a newsletter for the schools. Like, so the school my kid is in, if she lives in a house where there's a known positive case of that stuff and she doesn't have symptoms, she can go to school. Doesn't have to isolate nothing. So that just tells me, it's cool. Everything's cool now.
No more negative test requirement either.
So with all of that,
symptoms are done. You're good.
Last year, she had to have a negative test just to go back to cheerleading at 6 years old. 5. No. Yeah, she was 5. 5, 6? No, she's 6. 6 years old. Sorry. It's my kid. I love her to death. No, she was 5. She was 5. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. She was 5. 5 years old. Had to take... No.
Dad of the year over here.
Absolutely. I'm very good, Dad. That's all I do besides work. Had to take a negative test just to go back to cheer practice because someone on the team had it, and my kid was never around that kid ever. Like that kid was never at cheer like sick. I'm like, damn. So like then I had to go pay for like a real doctor's visit, and they like tried to fucking bill me and everything. It was crazy, dude. But anyway, I'm sorry to get that far off topic. This is why we call it the Underground Runaround and not the what do you guys call your other show? Plug it. Fuck, man. Brett, what's it called? Plug the show.
What do we call it, John? Batter Up with Brett and John?
Oh, I like it. Batter Up with Brett and John, ladies and gentlemen. Batter Up with Brett and John. So, yeah, we do the runaround here. We're not as locked in as Brett and John.
Hey, man, John's the mind of the operation. He has it pretty organized. So,
yeah, I asked him. I tried to ask him a question, too, and he totally dodged me. He said something about being a competitive food eater, and I am the hungriest fucking person in Northwest Indiana right now. And I had asked him because I was starving during the break, which was a while ago. I said, "Hey, I said, do you have? So if you're still watching, do you have a favorite food to competitively eat?" That's the question. I would assume when you're trying to force food into your body at a point in which your body no longer wants food to be forced inside of it, I would have to assume there's some foods that are just easier to eat or better to eat or like more fun to eat. Tamales and tacos. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
I'll do tamales with the best.
Pumpkin
pie. Oh yeah, we're live right now, folks. And we have an audience. I think there's 7 or 8. Right now it says tamales and tacos from ERB Sports.
Is that El Pastor tacos?
I answered. He answered. I like it. So what's your favorite food in general? And then we'll get on. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. I want some food.
He wants some food bad.
People used to send me random food deliveries. It was always Firehouse Subs and Jimmy John's. That shit would just show up at my door. The first time it happened, it was like 11 at night too. It was the first one was weird because my wife was upstairs. I was down here working. She's like, she come downstairs with this fucking Jimmy John. It was Sean Doolin. I found out who did it, so it was cool after I knew who did it. But like, she comes down here holding this bag of Jimmy John's. She goes, "Did you order Jimmy John's and not tell me?" I'm like, "No, what is it?" Or it was Firehouse Subs. Now I was like, I'm like, whoever did that. I said, I like Jimmy John's more than I like Firehouse Subs. That's all I said. 36 Taco Bell tacos for fun one night. Wow. For fun, he says. Do you know how much weed you would have to smoke to be able to eat 36 tacos like on your own free will? This guy's I just have a fun night. Oh yeah, more power to you, bud. That's fascinating to me. I bet I could eat 36 tacos right now. I could do it.
Dude, you should have your wife run to Taco Bell, get 36 of them,
film that
bring
shit.
them back, and do it live.
Do it right
Do
now.
this live, baby.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. I have half a mind to message her right now and say, "Hey, go get 3 of those fucking taco units."
Oh god. But man, the baseball. I mean, tops.
Just casually sit here and eat tacos.
And Tops update. It's not going to come out till next year. It's going to be 2023.
Yeah, Heritage High Number was supposed to come out so early this year. There was somebody local-ish asking me. They're like, "Hey man, are you getting it? You know, how much do you have an extra case?" Because like I sold them a case of High Number at cost last fall because I got so much High Number, and I had no problem doing it. The guy wanted it. He was a collector. He wasn't. You know, you don't have to make money off every single person you come across in the hobby. And maybe that's where I fail as a businessman. Sometimes there's just good people who enjoy the hobby that are trying to enjoy the hobby without having to fucking pay out the ass, man. You know, he had hit me up and I'm like, "Dude, it got delayed." He's like, "Man, I didn't even know about it." And I think he actually works in a card shop. And I'm not going to name his name. I'm not going to say anything about him. But like even the guy that runs his card shop, like won't even give him a deal on Heritage High Number. Like, are you kidding me? You can basically get as much of that as you want. Like I got more That's the only product I ever got more than I was actually asking for on allocations. They like came and said they're like, we got like 15 cases for you. I'm like, I didn't ask for 15K. I said I would never. You got the wrong guy. And I said, hey, that's cool. Just keep that same energy when the Bowman numbers come out. And they didn't. They didn't. I don't even think I got a. Yeah, I don't even think I got a seal. I didn't. I did not get a sealed case of Bowman at release this year from either company I work with. I was furious. I was so bummed out we didn't do I didn't do a breakdown like I do for every other Bowman release. I didn't even do the Bowman breakdown. We didn't even do a podcast for it. I was so pissed off. I was mad about that.
I was so desperate today. I went by Target hoping that they would have the hobby boxes of Topps Fire there. I was like, I wanted to open one of those for $85 and get 2 autos.
I bet they're all exclusive now. I bet they sold them all online. What do you think?
I have a feeling they're going to be online tomorrow morning.
On Target?
On Target.com.
I found some Prism joints last night.
Ooh, nice.
I found 9 of these dudes, but
I like those boxes.
They were 40. Yeah, they were $40, but whatever. Myers.
Hey, man.
Myers stocked up though, but everything's expensive. Like I wouldn't buy no like UFC nothing from them. Like they had Chronicles and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm good. I actually got a huge hit tonight in a UFC Chronicles break.
Ooh, nice.
I hit this Chinese man, Li Jingling. Got that fucking I don't know, it's a cracked ice auto number to 25. His base auto selling for like 90 to 140. And it was 175 for the spot. So off a 10 spotter. So it was a weight class break. I didn't even get to watch a break because I was breaking. So I actually got maybe the nicest hit I've ever hit in a break from a monetary perspective. We'll know when I sell it. I'm gonna auction it when it comes in the mail. I already know it's going straight up to the auction house.
Yeah, when you get a couple,
I think it might get $300, $400, $500. We'll see. It's in the I don't know what Chinese handwriting's called, but it's not in English. Pete sent me a picture. Shout out to Pete at Bargain Box Breaks. It's my guy. He's a guy who kind of helped me like in the business when I got started. He wasn't a douchebag. He wasn't afraid to like say, "Hey, this is what you need to do if this is what you want to do." He was like actually helpful. So shout out to him. But here I can show you guys since we are doing this is a card related hobby. You guys can see my UFC card. There's even a boxing glove on our logo. Or yeah, I think it is a boxing glove. There you go. Bang. That cracked ice. That's my favorite.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You hit that one?
Yeah, this was my hit. He sent it to me.
Nasty.
He sent me a picture. He's like, this is big money, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. It's a rookie card, though, too. That I think that's why. He's not a bad fighter. He's just, he's never going to be a champion.
Dang.
I mean, he's not. Fucking Hamzat Shemaev beat him in 20 seconds. I mean, just floored him.
Oh, whoops.
And he's not going to be that guy. So, but sell it, baby. Let me get that money. Let me get that money. What else? What else were we talking about?
Tatis had surgery today.
Oh, he did.
Pulled pork sandwiches. Damn, that sounds good. You said Tatis did what now?
I'm a pulled pork for Scarlett's birthday this Saturday, but Tatis had surgery today.
That's Saturday, right? What time?
Yeah.
Is it at your place?
2:30 at the fire department, just down the street. Yeah.
I don't know if we never got our invitation either, Pav. But I know you asked me about an address for one. So I'm under the we didn't get invited team still. Right
No,
now.
you're okay. Overnight it.
Hey, no, but for real, I'll just ask you now. I'm probably gonna forget, but is there like, what's she like, or do you guys need any? Like, do you need anything? Like, what's up?
Dude,
what
not
I'll send presents.
It's we don't like need anything.
We'll just send her some cash.
Woo!
I got this in the mail today. Late birthday present. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Nice.
Finally came in the mail. Imagine that. Somebody mail cash. I would never mail cash in the mail. And I know that mail really doesn't get lost either. It's not nearly as much as people on the internet would make you believe. But yeah, this fucking somebody sent me a
Yeah,
birthday
so-
card with a bunch of cash in it. I'm like, yes, let's go.
So Tatis had surgery. They expect him to be ready by mid-season next year. We'll see.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much par for the course. I mean, by the time he gets right and everything, it's not. He has a few things at play. Okay, there's gonna be a group of people that live in 1999 that say he's a cheater and this and that. Then you're gonna have these new kids who aren't even gonna care. They're not gonna care at all because by the time he's playing again, he's gonna have his body fully restored, and that took just as much time as the suspension took. So he's getting to serve his suspension. He's getting the bent. Like, the suspension's not hurting him. This suspension, for as much as it might tarnish his reputation, and yeah, he lost his endorsement deal with Nike or Adidas or whoever it was. Yeah, he lost those things. But now he's getting a surgery that he refused to do on his own free will. So that's going to help him long term, because how many times did he go on the injured list for that shoulder? 3 or 4 times last year, and still hit 40-something home runs. And by the time he's back and served his suspension and is healthy again and swinging the bat, he's still going to be how old? How old is he right now?
23.
Yeah. So he's going to be 24 next year. Just wipe his stats clean. Have him start over. See if he gets the same type of hype.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's going to have enough time to put it past him. It might not happen right away, but I don't think if he has the career everybody was invested in him cardboard wise to assume he was going to have, then I don't know. I think he's going to be the first guy that gets like a pass. Because, I mean, they already opened Pandora's box with David Ortiz. I'm sorry. Letting Ortiz in the Hall of Fame, your first ballot, you failed the fucking steroid test. The same test that the same test that keeps Sammy Sosa out of the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. But we've beat that horse multiple times. So I think Tatis, I just have that feeling. I don't feel like his is egregious because he's not doing it on like the downside of his career. He's not. I don't know. I don't know. He was doing it while he wasn't even playing, or like when he failed, he wasn't. I mean, he was playing minor league, so yeah, sure. But what did he put into the record books on steroids or on anything? Like, how much of his stats are inflated? Are they at all? Or, he said he took a test March 29th, I believe, of this year and passed it clean. Was he just taking the steroids to speed up his recovery? Because they can do that too. I don't know specifically what he was taking and what it does. Again, we're not doctors here on this podcast. This is just a podcast. And that's the thing. Andy, who's watching the podcast, shout out to Andy. This is what I was saying too. He said, I think most people forget Tatis is most young kids' favorite player. That's what it is. He's relatable to the young kids. So yeah, he set the bad example, but these little kids love him. And when he comes back and he's playing again, they're all gonna want his shit. I mean, they're not gonna. There's gonna be enough young and like savvy kids, I think, even like in the early teenage years, that go to these shows and flip cards and are involved in the hobby. I don't think they're gonna care a whole lot.
I don't think so. I think they'll because he'll lose all the big endorsements, so he won't be like pushed out center stage like he was. Right? He was the guy. He was the guy. So now it'll just end up being the next guy in line.
If he keeps hitting, there's not, if he has to hit. I mean, if he doesn't continue to hit, but when he does hit, he hits better than most people.
Right, but I don't think you'll get I think Gatorade will drop him. I think Adidas will drop him. He'll lose those endorsements.
If he had Adidas, they already dropped him. One company already did. Straight up.
So
I think it was Adidas.
So I think like losing that presence, that because people you can still be a superstar, right, and be this fucking guy, but he won't be center stage anymore. So it'll be next guy up. It'll be like Vlad Guerrero Jr. or something, right? That'll be they'll take that image and say, okay, this is what we want as the image for MLB, and that's I mean,
I just think, dude, I think it's all performance. Because look at Acuna right now. Nobody's saying a fucking word about him. You know why? Because he's not playing well. It's all you got to perform, and then they're saying it's his knee. His knee's acting up. So who knows? But I don't think he's having a very good year.
well, it's just like we've fucking talked about forever, and nobody wants to listen. It is hard to do what these guys did.
Right, every year.
Yeah, you can't fucking do it.
And not only
You
that,
know?
like, I don't really think Acuna's that terrible. He's just not. He doesn't have the power. You can say it's his knee. He still has 25 stolen bases this year. So what fucking knee problem? He just only has 11 home runs. He's not. His OPS is only 777.
His slugging is
his slugging
way
is
down.
way down.
Way down.
Right.
Slugging's at 412 compared to 596 last year, 581. So I mean, it's way down.
So who knows? Yeah, I mean, in 19 he hit 41 home runs and knocked in 101. 2020 obviously was a blip, and then last year he got hurt, but he was at 24 last year. He has more at bats this year, and he has 11. And he has more stolen bases this year than last year. So he
has more caught stealings than he's leading the majors in caught stealing. I don't know. He's having a good year. He's having
a good year if they didn't expect the world of him, but nobody's even fucking talking about him, is my point.
You know
what I mean? Nobody. So if Tatis comes and hits another 40 home runs and 400 at bats like he did last year, holy shit. Home runs quiet up everything. They solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. A lot of problems for a lot of people. There's a lot of people watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in to check this podcast out. Feel free to say anything you want down below. And, here's the big thing I try to tell everybody. Pav and I don't agree on Tatis. Guess what? We co-host a podcast together. If you go on Twitter and you don't have the same idea as the person that's interacting with you, they block you and call you a mean name. And you can't reply back. That's how fucking Twitter works. Facebook's a little bit better in that regard, but it's wild. Yeah, it is arguable. Tatis isn't even the best. It's not an argument. Yeah. Before the steroids, I would say that was true. I think, but
who has a better recognition of the strike zone in the majors?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
Having that ability makes him really good.
It's insane.
Keep him good for a long.
Forever.
The fact that he can hit 240, he's hitting 245 right now.
Yeah.
He has a 400 on base. So, 400 on base, you're already in the elite zone. So if he can hit 240 and have 400 on base, if he hits 280, he's so. And I would say that this year's 245 is going to be the outlier for him.
Absolutely.
I don't think that'll be. He's not that kind of guy. I think he's going to be he'll probably end up 290 career type hitter.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. I mean, it's not even anything to say his on base is still higher than it was in 18 or 19. And that was hitting 292 and 282. So he's just taking even more. Pitchers are so afraid to pitch to the man. He has 117 walks this year.
Yeah, leading the majors.
By a landslide, right? I don't think second place is even close. It would be Judge, I would assume. See, and that's the other thing I don't really tolerate either. So Soto's defense is total crap, though. I disagree. 100%. I don't know what his defense is this year, but I always want to know why people say that. Why are we saying that? He has committed 1 error this year. 2 errors, I'm sorry. It's so hard to read the way they do this. Total, here we go. 3 errors this year with a 989 fielding percentage. That's pretty good. Just because he doesn't make highlight real plays and makes diving catches all the time. I mean, Jeter's range wasn't very good, and people love him. Soto's defense is beyond serviceable. It's above average. It works. It's not terrible. He has a career 988 fielding percentage. That's pretty damn good. What's just baseball average fielding percentage? And I know that defense is more than fielding percentage, but errors are more impactful than some stupid fucking metric about how much ground you can cover. Because an error is something that actually goes wrong where the other team benefits from it. If a guy takes an extra tenth of a second to go 2 more feet, that's not that doesn't factor in as much as downright making an error, throwing a ball away or whatever. So that's always been that was like when in 2020 when they said Kyle Lewis couldn't play defense and that's why Luis Robert was going to win Rookie of the Year. Kyle Lewis goes out and robs a grand slam and shuts everybody up. I mean, it just seems like that's always the naysayers' number one argument. They can't play defense. Unless you watch that team, I can't tell you. I don't watch the Padres. You know, that's why I always told people to fuck off when they bitched about Jason Hayward. Like, you go play right field in Wrigley Field in the brick wall. Go ahead. Go play. And win 2 gold gloves while you do it. And then bitch about his contract. Yeah, it sucks, but the guy still won 2 gold gloves after that contract. He just didn't do the offense we were hoping to get from him, but because he was so damn young. When they said, I would have gave him that contract in retrospect. That's why, you know, Hayward's only 31 years old right now. So that contract only went to age 32 or 33 at the late. Like, that's a great I'd give him that contract again, coming off the year he had when you signed him. And he played great defense for us. So now we're talking about the Cubs. It is a bummer. Because he could have been you knew he wasn't going to hit 40 home runs for you. But he was still going to hit enough. Not ground out to second base every at bat like he did for the rest of his career.
He hit double digits home runs each of his first 6 seasons. And then came to the Cubs. And he's hit double digits home runs twice. So it's it's a bummer. Yeah. I don't know, man. It was fucking tough. He turned into a really bad hitter. I mean, he was never great, but he turned into a really bad hitter. But whatever, I guess.
We're gonna see him back on the team.
No, they said.
I mean, I know the Cubs did, but somebody gonna pick him up?
I think
is
so.
He gonna play?
I think so. He's only 32. Some team is like the shitty Pirates or someone is going to bring him in on a minimum.
On a cheap.
Like, yeah, I mean, if he's willing to play for that, if he really wants to play, I mean, the Cubs would have to pick up his salary.
They already have to, right?
But that's the deal. Like when you like they did that with Justin Upton this year. The Angels owe him $28 million. The Mariners picked him up for like a few weeks. And all they had to do was give him a prorated major league minimum salary, and then it comes off of what the Angels are owing. Like, he doesn't get any more money. Like, he's basically playing the year for the $28 million. Like, he's not getting it on top of. The Angels just are now responsible for less than a little bit. So, gotta run. Thanks for the pot. Hey, man, take it easy, John. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Enjoy
Trout hit another bomb.
Tamales. Yeah, Trout and the Facebook doctors said Trout was dead. Fucking dude's hit like 5 or 6 home runs since he come back.
Is he a baseball player? What team is he on?
Mike Trout. The Tim Salmons.
Oh,
or something like that. The Angels in the outfield.
This guy just quietly hit fucking 30 home runs.
Yeah.
30 bombs.
Well, see, some medical professional on Facebook said that there was something wrong with his back. That's they used the word rare condition, and everyone just instantly said his career's over. You know, you got all these fucking idiots out there that know everything and need to know everything and need to tell you.
I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that he hits 500 home runs in his career.
Where's he at now?
340.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
341, including the one he hit tonight. So.
Yeah, my man Trout's getting there.
Yeah, so he's got to hit 159 home runs. Yeah, that's fucking pretty 31? Easy. 30.
I think
30.
Yeah.
I think he's got that in the bag.
Yeah.
Let's see. He is he just turned 31. So they considered this his year 30 season, right? Because he played most of it as a 30-year-old. Sure. So I don't know, man. I just feel like he's so fucking good.
He is good.
He's got 968 OPS, and
It's
people are
ridiculous.
oh.
I
It's
know.
like, dude, that's fucking elite. That's still top of the top. I don't. Whatever.
So I got one more thing on my list if you want to hear it.
Yeah, of
I
course.
always want to hear it.
So we've had our little disc golf discussions. This last week, Tuesday through Saturday, PDGA Pro Worlds. It was a 5-round tournament. It's like the Masters. It's the one that every disc golfer wants to win, and it can change your life. Well, on the women's side, Kristen Tatar from Estonia, she took it down in a runaway. She won by 8 strokes over her nearest competitor. Won $11,000.
Can I stop you right there? To
Yeah,
ask
go
a
ahead.
question. How
Yeah.
what's usually like how competitive? Okay, and I guess I gotta explain why I'm asking this because disc golf isn't a new sport, but it's gaining a lot of popularity. Like I feel like it's on the upswing.
Yeah.
And with that being said, like is the like women's field very competitive, or are there like a few that just win everything? Like
Well,
how does that like just because I know you're a lot more involved with it than I am.
it used to be where there was just 1 or 2 women that like it seemed like one woman would dominate and win everything. But
You
now
you see that in
there's
MMA a lot, and that's why I asked
there's
because women's MMA is still very relatively new as a sport, and even still, there's a few girls in each weight class that are just light years better than everyone else that's even like a ranked fighter. So then these champions end up getting fights with
just
these undefeated up and comers, but these poor girls don't even stand a chance, and
yeah,
it's I,
there's more now than ever. It's become very competitive. There's a handful of women
that's
that can
fantastic. That's why
compete,
I
and
ask.
Paige Pierce is a 5-time world champion.
I do recognize
Um,
that name. I'm not a disc golf expert, friends, but I do know it a little bit.
she finished 5th. She was the runner-up last year. Katrina Allen, who won it,
I
didn't
don't,
have a
but
great week. She's one of the top disc golfers, but Kristen Tatar has come on. She's from Europe, so she's been coming over the last couple of years, and man, she's really good, and she's really good looking. So lots of people like her, but she won $11,000, and keep in mind, I think her contract's like $250,000. So
oh wow,
$11,000 is nothing. However, the world title to these mean more because of the sponsorships and the discs, and they get royalties on the disc printed with their names on them. So she's going to do well off of this win.
yeah,
And then on the men's side was amazing finish. It was not a runaway.
you're right.
This
I did. I
kid,
Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, this kid, Aaron Gossage, had an amazing week. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he was definitely not expected to dominate like he did during the week. He was in the lead for I think the last 3 rounds, and going in the final round, he had a 3-stroke lead on 5-time world champion Paul Macbeth, and Macbeth was down most of the round and made a huge putt on 17 to tie it up. I mean, a 70-foot putt to tie it up.
I saw it. I did see that.
Dude, monstrous. And then Macbeth ended up winning in the playoff on Island Hole. But this Gossage kid is related to Goose Gossage. I don't know the exact relation, but he is related.
That's cool.
And it was
And
amazing.
he knows how to throw things well as well. So
Oh,
good
dude.
for him.
I mean, this dude's throwing 500-foot sidearm shots. I mean, if you see that in person, you'd be like, holy crap. Like, people used to make fun of disc golf and like, not, these guys are athletes. Like,
Yeah.
most of these dudes have played sports their whole life now.
So
And
the first time I ever threw a disc, my buddy Jeff, who actually he's been working for me recently, he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go this." He'd been disc golf, and he's actually I've actually spoken to you about him. He actually wants to, I think he wants to do the Worlds thing next year as an amateur, and he's like, let's go. You know, he's like, I'm going here. It's not too far from the house from where I'm at. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll meet you up there. He's like, I got a million discs. He brought like a whole other bag. He's like, here, just start throwing them, see how they feel. You know, he's like, I don't have much to tell you. Like, we didn't warm up. We didn't throw anything. The first hole, I'm standing on the ground. What do you call it? The basket? Is that what you call it?
The basket or
So the
full hole
basket
or whatever. Yeah.
is only like 180 feet away, but it's literally straight up a hill. I'm like, what the fuck do I do here? Like, I just throw this thing to the fucking moon? Like, what do I do? Like, I remember playing ultimate frisbee in gym class. That's my frisbee throwing experience. And like, fuck it. So I let this thing rip. I just throw it hard as I can, and I feel everything in my shoulder and chest just tear, and I'm miserable for the rest of the time that we're doing this. I'm like, dude, I'm in pain. Like, I don't even want to do. Can we come back tomorrow? Like, what did I do wrong? They're like everything. I'm like, well, you motherfuckers didn't show me. You just handed me a frisbee. But I had some moments, you know, and I've had a few moments since then. But you know, it's fun. I just don't have a ton of time to do it.
It's pretty crazy. It's a fun game, and if you learn how to do it with people who know what's going on,
I
can
like
really
doing it when
improve pretty
people aren't
fast.
being serious.
Yeah, that too.
Not that I want to dick around, but I'm not a professional. And I don't even know all the rules. I don't know what all the discs do. I'm competent enough to throw a disc. I probably don't have the best form, but like I can play. I can play, you know.
There's a learning curve just like everything else.
But like we were playing with like a group of people. There was like 10 of us one time. And I don't like doing that either, and I stopped
commando
going with those.
golf, yeah.
I stopped going with those guys because I like for the time I'm spending, I'm not getting any work in.
It's better off to go with somebody you know that knows how to like teach. They don't have to be good, but like to show you the grip, to show you correct form. And then hopefully you go to a course that isn't busy and you just throw a few shots off each tee to get some repetition.
Yeah.
And a couple putts. You start to it's like going to batting practice. It just you got to get more throws in to get better and to build the muscles too and the technique.
Yeah.
But here's a crazy stat. Paul Macbeth, again, he is now a 6-time world champion. In the last 10 years, he's finished first or second at the Pro Worlds event for the last 10 years.
That's insane.
He's been beaten twice in playoffs. So he could be 8-time world champion if it wasn't for those playoffs. It's incredible what he's done at this Worlds. He just comes out and performs.
Is it the same place every year?
No, it changes around. So the PDGA
I was going to say maybe he's just really good at that course, but yeah, if it changes, then that's not
the PDGA puts up bids around the country, like Lemon Lake. You've been to Lemon Lake.
Yep.
Lemon Lake won the Pro Worlds bid twice. I think it was 2010 and maybe 13 that they were at Lemon Lake for Pro Worlds.
That's wild.
So it's been there twice. You know, it's been in Peoria, Illinois. I don't remember the last time it's been in like the Midwest per se. Emporia, Kansas was the event this last.
What Macbeth make for winning? What was the
price? 20,000.
Nice.
So he's pursed 71,000 this year.
Yeah,
but he's got to be making a ton of money in
so he donates. From what I understand, he donates all his winnings to his foundation
to offset his tax liability from his sponsorship.
And he gets
that's good for him. I'm not trashing charity though, but I mean I know what's up.
On the public side, he signed a 10-year, $10 million contract with Discraft.
So like $1 million a year.
$1 million a year, and then on top of that,
good for him. I mean that.
Nobody knows, and I'm sure there's some people, but it's not public. Where in that there were some bonuses with his signature disc sales, like certain numbers he makes more money on the sales. So it's more than 10 million. And I guarantee you, whatever it was during COVID, dude, Discraft could not keep discs on the shelf. They sold so many. So he crushed it.
That's when I started trying to buy them. Yeah, and I couldn't. Everything I bought was like heavy weighted, and I didn't know about disc weights and that was like the only stuff that was available. Was like most of like the extremely heavy discs. So like, oh yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, so Pro Worlds wrapped up. It was awesome. The coverage for again, I watched pretty much 4 days in a row of coverage.
Yeah,
when
Jeff's
I
been
could.
watching it on his iPad all week while he's been working down here.
And the coverage is for not being TV production. It's really good. I don't know if you got a chance to take a peek at it.
I've seen a lot of the disc golf cover. I think it's great for what they have and what they can do and I think they do a terrific job.
So yeah, I made sure when I was home.
And I'll tell you this right now, I may be in the minority, but I have no interest in watching golf. And I know people like that. I watch the fuck out of disc golf. I like watching it more. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It actually it has more appeal to me.
I didn't like the courses they were really playing this time because it's not my style of golf. They were playing on the 3 rounds were on this regular Emporia Country Club golf course, so it was lots of big open shots of like. But some dudes love just crushing shots, so I can see why they like that.
I can't. So like I've learned to play in the woods. So like I'm pretty
the woods.
Good at
I
throwing
like
it
woods golf.
Kind of short and pretty straight, as straight as possible. Or the ones that would bend to either way. I'm pretty good at making it do that. I'm not the fucking hyzers and all that shit. I don't know the lingo. I'm sorry, disc golf friends.
Yeah.
But if it goes like one way,
hyzer.
But it's like when you got a straight path and there's something right in the middle and you gotta like go around it. See you guys in a few holes there, because I'm in trouble. I'm out for a couple of these baskets. I'll throw one off to the left and the right. Trees. Love hitting.
What
trees.
I would like to do is
nothing makes me happier than hitting a tree, Brett.
Dude, it's
the perfect
brutal.
release. You see it come out of your hand, and it's like. You see that shit come out, and it's like exactly how you envisioned it, but it hits the tree an inch to the right of what you were looking at, and you're like, motherfucker. Like, those are the
barely nick it. It's amazing, like when you nick
those do the
branch,
worst. I'd rather just hit it hard and be done with it.
It just slows it down and kills it. But I would like to see some of these amazing college girls athletes that aren't going professional in their sport get into disc golf and train, and I like, especially like softball players or basketball players. I think they could pick this game up really quick and move up the ranks pretty fast in this sport. Takes a couple years though. It really does.
The problem is, I would assume a lot of those types of people getting out of college got to start making money.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
That was my biggest problem with trying to go pro in baseball was independent ball didn't pay shit.
No.
And even then, your chance, you have to be like the best in that league by, you gotta perform. There's a lot, but the biggest deciding factor in a lot of those early adult decisions is the money. The money's got to be there. Unless you have an amazing supporting cast at home that's going to let you chase something down for a while.
Yeah, I mean, even like the dude that Aaron Gossage who took second. When you pull up he won $20,000 on Saturday. I mean, his yearly he's at 34,000. So he just, like, before that for a whole year he was at 14,000 plus his sponsorship from Discraft, which I have no idea. That I don't think that's a whole lot either.
Right.
So that was life-changing for him to win that tournament. Or not to win it, but to take second and be on the spotlight. And I guarantee you Discraft does something for him this year, like more, because of that second place.
How many professional players only disc golf?
Dude, it's becoming all of them that are, not all. I mean, the touring dudes, if you look at if you bring up the leaderboard and you start going down the top guys, they're only touring, and it's most of them. I would say there's like 10 of them that actually are decently taken care of by sponsors and don't have to worry about money.
Yeah,
and then the other 50 of them are living in their team van. They're living event to event selling discs, and they're relying on their winnings and their play to do it. But I mean, they're playing disc golf full time. They're not working anymore. I mean, you have to be playing full time to be able to do this. It's just the weekend warrior That's what it used to be like when I first started playing with, Kenny Climo is the 12-time champion. He's Michael Jordan of disc golf. He was a weekend warrior basically. Those days are done. So, but it's interesting how fast disc golf is growing.
That's awesome. Sorry, somebody just tagged me in something.
It's all good.
I love it.
But I didn't have anything else. Just wanted to wrap up on the disc golf. And
no, that's dope, dude. Come back with all the disc golf. I gotta get out before I can't.
This is a good time to play the fall.
Right. I think I went out. No, I haven't been out at all this year. I don't think. Maybe me and Jeff are gonna have to get extra caught up on consignment and then go play hooky one afternoon.
Take a little work outing.
Yeah,
bonding.
We're taking an extended lunch, employee, team skill building, whatever the corporate America calls that shit, where they dick off. Whatever they do, we're doing that. It's an underground sponsored thing where we're gonna boost morale. There you go, Brett. If you're,
Hey, did you see this?
I did, but
Pav, did you see this?
Oh yeah,
there it is. Sorry, we're waiting for it to focus up. There it is. Stop moving.
One of
just
my
hold it there,
subscribers
baby. Looks good.
Out of nowhere just said, "Hey, I got something to send to you." And he's from Hawaii, and he sent me this big care package. And this was in it. This thing's big, dude. So he took one of those laser etchers and did the old wander, and then it's even got the back, man. It's got the 101 on the back. And you can scan the QR code, and it works. I thought that was so cool. And he sent me some other stuff too, some candy and some Hawaiian pancakes mix. It was awesome.
Macadamia nuts.
Yeah. So I was like, that was super cool of them. That's why the community is so awesome. Brad, you were just talking a little bit ago how you had somebody send you Jimmy John's, and that's the first time. Well, the second time that somebody sent me something through the mail. You're like,
that's awesome,
dude. You didn't have to do that, But I'm pumped to have that, here on display.
No, that's amazing, dude. That's incredible. Shout out to whoever that is, because that's like that guy knew how significant of a moment it was for you. That guy didn't get $68,000 for his watching of your video. That guy got nothing and still knew how significant of a moment that was to you, that he made you something with the abilities and the skill and the knowledge that guy has to be able to make you something so that it just commemorates your moment. It's fucking phenomenal. I mean, that's the shit I like. That's what the hobby's about. And what sucks, especially on social media, is that there's people that try to use that as a guise to rip people off too. Like people try to take advantage of that good nature. There's so many people in the hobby that are good-natured people, but then there's opportunistic fucking dick beaters that come along and ruin that, dude. I've been burned so many times trying to do what I thought was like a good thing, and like I don't talk. And the other thing, like, I'll never talk about or film or post about when I do something good for someone else. I don't think that's like you see these people do TikToks of like fucking feeding homeless people and shit like that. Like, do that without the camera.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking see that. Like, yeah, sure, you cheered them up for a little bit, but then what? When you turn your camera off, they're right back to where they were before you turn your camera on. So I think when you do the good things, like I'm not talking about how much or how little, but I think it's important to do good things for people and not look for I don't know. Nobody needs to pat you on the fucking back for being a good human. I think is all I'm trying to say. It costs the saying, it costs $0 to be a good person. Like, it's such a true statement. Money has no factor in how you treat other people or how you behave as a person. If I see someone struggling, I'm gonna help them. Like, it doesn't always have to be financial. Somebody could be struggling to open the fucking door at the post office. Like, here, let me help you. I'm much stronger than you are. Go on in there. Here, let me get the second door too. It's just, I don't know. It's society, man. Fucking be nice to everybody. Everybody be nice to everybody. It's not fucking hard. It's so easy. It's so easy. And then the person you're being nice to is happier, generally. I mean, you're going to have the old crabby guy. I think they're out there still. They're not going away. The old crabby lady. But even some of them are nice when you help them out. So just be nice, everybody. You guys got anything else? What the hell are we talking about? Oh, you got that great thing, and that guy was nice for doing it for you. So here we are. How fucking cool is that?
It's so cool.
We got to run around on some positive.
It made my day, I'll tell you that.
Because you want to talk about the negative real quick? Brett, did your finest flashback boxes get canceled?
All of them got canceled.
Motherfucker, dude. Me too.
Like, dang. I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know.
Not all of them, all right? Just your
I have my
your
one
5821.
I have my one here from the Montgomery Club.
Yeah.
And I ordered 5 more because the website let you. You couldn't order more than 3 at a time, and you couldn't order more than 6 total per account. Hi, Tops. I'm Brad Ross, owner and operator of Underground Case Breaks. I only have one Tops account because I'm a fucking decent human being. Could you please at least honor the purchases I made with my one account? I don't have 500 boxes of Bowman Sapphire to sell to people a day after it came out because I just want a little bit. I don't know who in their right mind gets 500 Sapphire boxes, but they exist, and I know they do because they approach me to sell them to me. What the hell happened to Finest Flashbacks? I would believe it if it came out with a statement, but at the same time, I find it hard to believe that they don't know how many units they have to sell before they sell them. So, what happened? They're not canceling the product because people have already had it. I have a box here. It's out there. So what happened? But yeah, I got 2 refunds today. They sent me back over $1,000. Said here we don't want it. What the fuck happened there? No answer too. The email. I got it right here. Guarantee you I got it. Bradley Ross. This email is to inform you that the below order which you placed through the www.tops.com website, the site, has not been accepted and will not be processed pursuant to the terms and conditions applicable to orders submitted through the site. An order is not accepted unless and until products included in the order are shipped to you. And we expressly reserve the right to not accept orders for any reason in our sole discretion. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you. How fucking sweet. Basically said, we could do whatever the fuck we want, and we don't have to explain shit to you because ain't nothing set in stone until we ship it to you. Which, I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, you can. Absolutely you can. And they don't have to tell anybody shit. I just feel like the nice thing to do would just be like, hey, somebody listed it on our website wrong where they didn't set a quantity limit. I mean, just even make up a lie like that. We oversold it, and then we found out, give an answer. Just, it's a big deal. That's all.
It is. My suspicion is they're having problems with their communication with the new shipping center in Florida.
They're trying to transition.
Yeah.
Is that what? Yeah, I'm sure.
Because the last time I've gotten a few products from a Florida address that's new, and I have a feeling this is where this one's coming from, and I don't know what's going on with that, but I think that's just, again, this is all speculation. I think it's coming from that because that was the same thing that happened with the I think the Bowman Sapphire, possibly with some people who had their orders canceled too, and they oversold it.
Well, you remember when they announced Bowman Heritage and then it never came out?
Yeah,
they still haven't got it. They sent it out. They sent it out in an email. Like Tops sent that shit out like it's coming to the Montgomery Club members on Monday. Psych.
Nope.
They haven't said a word. They haven't even said like, hey, we're not doing it. Like they could at least say that. I don't know. Like what the hell? Say something. Silence is deafening. That's all I've gotten from Tops in 5 years is silence. I even sent him a love letter last week. That's probably why they canceled my boxes specifically. It was a nice letter too. On the outside of the envelope, I put, "Please give this to the most senior person in your building." So it probably went right in the garbage. Nobody probably got it because I just have to go find out who that is. I saw. So here's a TikTok thing. What do you guys think of this? This is kind of crazy shit I saw on TikTok. They said, I forget what it was. The guy said, you buy a prepaid phone, put it in a box, and ship it to somebody, and then you call that after you know it's been delivered. You call that phone, and he said whoever you sent it to, it said it's either going to be in that box vibrating and ringing, or they're going to answer it. And then when they pick up, you just say like, hey, I thought you forgot about me, so like, here, let's talk. Like, that's how you could get someone on the line. Like, I wonder if that would really work.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, if you wanted to send it to like the president of Tops or whoever it was, like, just fucking mail him a phone. Hey, bro, sup, dude?
Send it to Elon Musk.
How do I get some product?
They microwave it. Remember when that was a thing? Oh my gosh, we go through some weird times in America.
Absolutely. Jason Jones says his say
America.
processing. The Monty Club box says a label is created, but it hasn't even moved yet. Yeah, I have my Montgomery Club box. I know Kenny Vaughn, my unpaid intern, and awesome guest of the show. He was on one time. He said today his haven't been canceled yet. It seemed like everyone that got canceled at the same time.
Yeah, all my emails came at the same time.
Twitter went into a rage. Twitter was freaking out.
I got my Monty Club box last week. I opened it. I was excited that I had more. I was like, all right, I'm going to open these. And I saw another breaker open up like 12 boxes, and autos are coming out of those things about one every 3.
That's crazy.
So it's a cool product. I like that product again.
I've ripped tons of that product for the last 2 years that they brought it back, and the autos are extremely rare.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And it always has a ton. Like, it has more than your average box in terms of color and things like that. Well, that didn't work out for me.
Nope.
My streamer pitcher tonight got shelled by the Braves. Cole Irvin got smacked up for 7, but I had picked him up earlier in the year, and he's had a pretty good year. 3.66 ERA even after getting destroyed. 4 walks, 9 hits. Jeez, they just let him get the shit kicked out of him over in Oakland. They must be thin. So you're gonna eat these innings up today. Walking everybody, giving up hits.
Matt Olson hit a home run.
The old revenge game. That'll teach you to trade me. Thanks for trading me.
Dude, there's some high-scoring games today. Baltimore's freaking shelling Toronto.
Oh, baby.
That's tough because, like, Toronto has been on a heater right now, and Baltimore was losing. So, like, all of a sudden, Toronto has a little bit of a cushion in the wild card in the AL. So, I mean, Baltimore really wants to win that game.
Yeah.
San Diego's getting no hit right now. By Merrill Kelly.
Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
He's not terrible.
He's having a good year, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Some people they find their shit, I guess, He's 33, and I think this is his 4th season. Yeah, this is his 4th season. And, like, he had a decent 2020, but what's 2020?
Right.
He made 5 starts.
You got to do it again, right?
So, like, he was okay last year, I guess, but he was on Arizona. So, I mean, if you're having a good year with Arizona, that's something.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, but it's true. That is true.
Hey, boys, I'm going to dip out. The tracker man
Yep.
is whining to go out. So
No,
I got to
man.
take that dude out.
It's all good. We're gonna wrap this thing up anyway, Brett. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Brad needs to get something to eat.
I'm starving.
Yeah, he's got to eat.
I'm gonna start whining too, like Tracker. I gotta piss.
Yeah, we're a bunch of old
He does
dudes.
too. Yeah.
Scratching at the back door, like, hey.
All right, Brett, man. Have a good night.
All right,
Later
you
on,
guys
buddy.
take care. Later.
Yes, sir. All right, just the two of us. What's up, dude?
You know, I thought I thought there'd be more like a more interesting playoff push in the MLB with the added wild card, but I wonder how they will feel about that after this season. And it's going to be interesting when they actually start playing the playoffs. Like, what will any of those teams, the added teams, actually be contenders?
Yeah, because I just think I think those bye teams. I think it's gonna impact the teams on bye a lot negatively. That's just not something you see in baseball.
Well, I mean, you think about like Toronto can be a decent playoff team, so we'll
Any
see
team
what
that
happens
has
there.
any team that has 3 good starters has a great chance. And if you have 4, then the Dodgers are losing pitching, but they're still pitching. They're losing it, but they're still getting it. It's wild. The Yankees seem like their pitching was better than it's been. So is their shit gonna hold up down the stretch? Scherzer and DeGrom, are they gonna get enough from the supporting cast? Because everyone else they have has been really good too. So who do they pick and how do they deploy them? And the Mets are just, the Braves pitching has been phenomenal. So it's gonna be real interesting. Imagine fucking Braves Mets playoffs. Holy cow, Fried and Strider and everybody they got going on over there, just doing ridiculous shit.
Yeah, but the Cardinals will be there. They're one of those teams that they just fucking figure out how to win always.
Midwestern as fuck. Just fucking boring as shit and getting it done. Cardinals, baby. They have like the best defense, I think, this year. Their infield, I mean, it's all Gold Glovers.
Dude, look at their fucking starting pitching. What a strange year for them.
Is Michaelis pitching good though? I don't know.
He's 11-10 with a 3.32 ERA. So an okay year.
He had a bad stretch though. Like he had a great rookie year, and then they gave him a contract and he sucked.
And then like Adam Wainwright, 10-9, 3.21. So decent year. Dakota. So next up on like their innings pitch, those are their 2 leaders in innings pitch. Then you have Dakota Hudson with a 4.43. Andre Palente.
Well, you got to go with Jordan Montgomery, but they got him at the deadline, so his stats aren't going to show for team stats. He's been a stud all year long.
He's been great for them, but even like, so what's his?
He's a big time ground ball pitcher, and they have such a great infield. Like that is a perfect team to have him. He was with the Yankees. I believe he had only won 3 games all year, even with the Yankees doing.
They're really, like, you look at like where they've gone in the standings. They've really separated. Like they got a huge cushion on fucking winning the division, and all of a sudden they're starting to get up there with the top teams in terms of record. So it's going to be interesting. Like if the Brewers probably won't make the playoffs. The Padres will probably end up making the playoffs. So, I mean, it's pretty wild that the Brewers went from having a decent start of the year and being right there, and all of a sudden they're not.
Yeah. I agree.
Their team's getting fucking old. It's hard for those guys to keep up. That's one thing that the Cardinals have always been good about, is bringing in young, fresh guys.
seemingly out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
That are just like above average. All
Yeah.
for like they stay consistently above average at all levels, and you just never really hear about them. And then they show up, and you're like, wow, this guy's not terrible. And then they win.
Yeah.
Cardinal
Yeah.
baseball.
So like the guys that you do hear about, like Nolan Gorman, right? He's hitting 237. So like, and then you got Brendan Donovan hitting 287. I mean, they are one of those teams that guys show up. Paul Goldschmidt, dude, is obviously probably going to be the MVP, and like that was a fuck up for everybody that didn't sign him, right?
Yeah,
that was what a deal. Milwaukee blew their fucking game tonight.
Yeah, nice. Cubs beat the Reds. Miley beat the Reds.
Dude,
well, he didn't get the win, but he pitched.
No, Hayden Wesneski. So this is that's the kid the Cubs traded for from the Yankees.
Yeah.
For Scott Efros.
Said O'Neill Cruz homered into the river in Pittsburgh tonight.
Hayden Wesneski threw 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts.
That slider, dude.
61 pitches, 43 strikes. That's some efficient fucking pitching right there.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Hopefully they're close to a 500 team next year. That's all. That
should be a 500 team every year.
Yeah,
at minimum. Even though
Yeah.
500 doesn't win you the championship, we get it, Pav. They should be 500 team minimum every year.
You'd like to be.
Every year. At all costs. All costs.
Oof.
Any and all costs. You got a sports book right out front. Go double down. You know what I mean? Let's wrap this thing up, dude. I am starving.
All right, I'm good.
These people are tired of hearing about it.
I got nothing for you.
Yeah, I can't think.
I have to pee really bad.
All right, then. Friends, this was episode 35 of the Underground Runaround
35
Podcast.
fucking episodes.
Thanks for tuning in. Can you believe we've done 35 episodes?
That's crazy, dude.
Well, we'll be back next week for episode 36. Until then, you guys be good. Thanks for tuning in. We had a ton of viewers tonight, and we'll see everybody next time. Peace.
Indigada Davida.